Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa Ellen Arianis, T.E.A. and this is Tea Time Adventures on YouTube. I apologize for the fan on the other side of the room. This will be the third video that I've recorded tonight and it's just too warm. As you can see, I'm fluffy and I'm probably a little bit sweaty. But what I thought I'd do is do a little bit of a variant of my nighttime routine. Why? Because I am wearing the NYX lip liner that I bought on my Amazon haul, and as I said I would, I use it as an eyeshadow, and I think I can pull off this bright red with the dark black and the red and the red. I don't think it looks too garish. I don't think it looks too weird. It's just weird enough like I am. So I thought I'd do some nighttime routine, and I'm going to be using some items that some of them I've already started, some of them I'm just starting, and almost all of them were gifted to me. So I definitely want to shout out those ladies. First of all, I'm going to get my hair out of the way as much as possible. It is definitely warm tonight, but it could just be me feeling warm. The boyfriend in the front room has a sweatshirt on, so he's skinny. I am not. So we have that. So I'm just going to get my hair up and out of my way. And I would do this anyway most nights because I use a CPAP machine. And so I want it out of the way of the CPAP machine. I'm also going to take off my jewelry. Again, I created these. These are Swarovski crystal cones and I think some other filler items, etc. But I'm really proud of these. I came across them again when I was doing some decluttering, and I'm so glad that I found them. There is my ring from Temu. This is my wedding ring, which is a fuchsia pink tourmaline. And that comes off for right now as well. And taking the necklace off, which is a Temu necklace. So actually the top is Temu too. Alright, so the first thing in my routine is, you've already seen it, but the Creme Shop BT21 Complete Cleansing Towelettes with Retinol and Watermelon to Plump and Hydrate. So I'm going to use this as the basis of taking most of my makeup off. Now remember, I don't do anything on my face itself. As to quote Blade Runner, I just do eyes and lips. So let's see how well these work in taking off the bulk of this red-oriented makeup. So first thing as I open it, they're not as moist as some towelettes, and that's okay. I just want to get most of this off with these towelettes. So we're going to see how good of a job it does. So it might have left some stains, but we're able to take care of that. So not too bad, not too bad. It doesn't feel, like I said, as moist as, let's say, Neutrogena or the old Perlice watermelon wipes. But I think for the most part, it takes everything that I need off. That one's smeared a little bit, so I'm also warm, so who knows if the red is me or my makeup. Yeah, I think it takes most of it off. So lip gloss is next, but it's a lip stain, so I may have to later on grab my lip stain eraser to go over it. And this is one of the Maybelline 24 Hours Stay lip stains that I use, and it was in cherry colored. So yeah, it's not going to take all of it off, but it's got most of it off. But this is only round one of my routine. Alright, so we have that. I think, again, it's gotten most of it off, so that's fine. The next thing I'm going to try, brand new to me, and I'm just using it for the first time, and this is the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Jelly Water. And this was gifted to me by Michelle, Wavy Like the Ocean, and that was in my recent unboxing of friend mail from her. So I want to try this out. This just seems super neat. I cannot wait. So I do have my little cotton pad right here. Let's see if it's already open. So I'm going to pour it out. It is a lot thicker than the regular micellar water, which is, yeah, right here. So let's go. Oops. Yep, it is like a very thick serum. I don't know if you can see that. So let's see how well it does. Just spread it evenly and then start rubbing. It definitely has a very interesting feel to it. It feels very much like a serum, so it's not going to give you, it's not going to feel weird, it's not going to feel scratchy, it's not going to feel scrubby like. It still has that same cooling effect. I like it. It doesn't have a strong scent. It definitely smells different than the other micellar water. Almost that hint of charcoal, but I like the smell of it. It feels really nice because it's more serum-like, and I'll let that soak in. So it didn't get too much more on the makeup front, so that's fine. So that's level 1 and level 2 for me on a daily basis. I will use a makeup wipe to get the majority of it off. Then I will follow up with micellar water. So thank you so much to Michelle, Wavy Like the Ocean. I saw that on her Instagram page and nearly squealed myself to death. And then imagine my surprise when she sent it in friend mail. So thank you so much, Michelle. You're such a doll. Appreciate that. All right, I should let this cool off a little bit more or dry out. But the next thing I'm going to be using is Elemis Superfood Fruit Vinegar Liquid Glow Radiance Facial Toner, and this was gifted to me by the lovely CG Carol Gardner. So thank you so much, Carol. She sent it, I believe it was in friend mail rather than winning a giveaway, but I could be wrong. Either way, it was gifted to me by the lovely and delightful hoot and half Carol Gardner. So this is me opening it up here in July. Both of these, all 3 of these so far, opening it up in July. And use your good stuff, right? These are all great name brands. The Creme Shop, Elemis, OMG, Elemis, Garnier. I like their shampoos. I like their micellar waters. So they're a very, very good and affordable brand. And all of these ladies that have gifted the items that I'm using tonight, I will definitely link down below. This Elemis toner does have a tiny little hint of that vinegar, that tiny little hint of sort of grape, for lack of a better scent, maybe apple, like a green apple scent. I don't know exactly what it's made out of, but it is refreshing. It is a zing. So it would also be good for me to use it again in the morning when I wake up, where all the oils, etc., that have come out overnight have popped up on my face, and I just need to do a bit of refreshment. Yeah, see, each little layer brings just a little bit more of the lip stain. And it's okay. That's okay. So we've got that level right there. You always use your more liquid stuff first and then pack it on. Each layer is heavier. Oh, here it is. Here it is. The 24-hour stay lip stain that I used was number 200 in, I think it says Elemental Cherry. I think it says Elemental Cherry. So that's the red that I have on my lips, or what's left of it. So that's what I used today, besides the NYX red lip liner as an eyeliner. So the next thing I want to do is put a little bit of the Byroe Truffle Eye Serum. And I started this in April, and this was gifted to me by Kim Vermiglia of Kim's A Little of a Lot. So thank you so much, Kim. She knows that Byroe is one of my bougie brands that I absolutely love. I have another smaller one of these, probably about that big, at work that I'm also using. So I'm totally dedicated to my eye serum probably for the rest of the year to Byroe and the gifts that Kim from Iglia had sent me, I think back in December, I want to say. And this one I started in April. So I don't do the tapping too much because I don't really like having my eyeball bounce. So I don't do the tap, tap, tap when I put on the eye serum. And you don't need all that much. You need maybe half a lentil, half a split pea worth of serum. I do like to pack it on. And I don't just necessarily leave it to once a day. That's why I have a skincare at work, is that I'm in air conditioning. I have no sunshine, and I'm okay with the no sunshine part, but I do want to give my eyes a bit of a restful little treat, and so I use it throughout the day. Every few hours I'll just dab a little bit more on. So again, this was Byroe's Truffle Eye Serum, gifted to me by Kim's A Little of a Lot. So thank you so much, Kim. The next item is the serum itself, and that is the one that I'm using right now. Again, is another Byroe item, and it is the Hydrangea Tea Intensive Hydration Serum, and this was gifted to me by MC. That would be Mary Catherine Loves Cats, and again, I started this in April. Now, a lot of people will do drop, 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 and then rub it in. I'm just going to put it on the cotton pad, quite frankly, and rub it in that way. So I'm going to go ahead and use droppers filled. There we go. And again, we've got a thicker serum, just like the Micellar water. It is blue. Just rub it in, tap it in, spread it around. It does have that earthy green scent of the hydrangeas. I love hydrangeas. They're one of my favorite flowers. I don't have any near me. I kill plants, so I've tried keeping a potted hydrangea before, and they just so I think Mary Catherine has hydrangeas in her yard, if I remember correctly, seeing some of her out videos. So I think I've let things absorb. I'm sure there'll be somebody that will critique me and say, you're not doing it right. I'm doing lightest to heaviest. Take off a couple of layers of the makeup and then start layering on the regular skincare. Now, the last thing besides like a regular moisturizer, tonight I'm actually going to be using the I Am Rose Revitalizing Sleeping Mask. Now, this is a type of jelly moisturizer by Tony Moly, and I bought it from Tony Moly and started it in April. So again, use your good stuff. This one I think I will apply with just my fingertips. I am close to the last bit on this. So it has a pink jelly, I don't know if you can see that, pink jelliness to it. And again, just smear it on. Yeah, and my routine is something like this. Now, of course, it would be different if I was using eye masks or face masks. This revitalizing mask is good to be have a couple of times a week to set in and lock in the moisture, because a revitalizing sleep mask is different from your typical serum. It is different from your typical moisturizer. It does a little bit more for repair, I think, than normal. Rose Revitalizing Sleeping Mask, and that's from Tony Moly. So this one I bought myself. Gosh, it might have been in one of their monthly packs that you can buy. It's not a subscription, but it is a box of like 11 of their best items for like $50. They may have gone up though this year. So that's it. That is my skincare routine, variant number etc. So it does vary from time to time. I also have, but won't be wearing tonight, I also have the watery cream, the green tea Chuck Chuck watery cream moisturizer from Tony Moly that I would also reutilize sometimes during the week. But since I'm using the sleeping mask, I won't be using this. So that's it. That is a routine. So all the makeup is off. I've got my multi-layers of skincare. I'm ready to get out of my work clothes, get into my jammies, read a little bit, and then go to sleep. He's in the front room watching TV, probably asleep on the love seat, but technically he's watching TV. That's it. I thought I'd just give you like a little refresher of how I spend my nights doing my skincare. Again, it would be different if I was using a face mask. Then I wouldn't need the serum per se. I'd have to wait for it to dry down to add like the Chuck Chuck watery cream instead. So that's it. I know, thrilling, right? What do you do different? How many steps do you have? Do you really think that people need 12 or more steps? I mean, we've got a good chunk of stuff right here, but that's still only 6 items. And I took off the makeup and I've layered on the skincare and I'm ready to go to sleep. So anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for visiting with me today. I truly do appreciate each and every one of you. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you around the net. Night.